2025. I still feel awful. My throat is not okay. Um, I don't have my normal voice. I haven't been able to record meditations because my voice has been like, ah. So I'm going to say the energy of today, as I'm experiencing, is very much things are in process, things are under construction. Again, with all the energies that I discussed yesterday in the astrological snapshot, there's lots of digging down into the depths during this Scorpio season. And I'm going to pull 3 cards, and then I'm probably going to go lay down. And of course, when we're feeling sick or going through things like this, a lot of times it really is energetic upgrades, but that still means we have to take care of our physical vehicle. So already this morning I had some tea that I made with some thyme. That'll get you going. That really helps the throat. And it's like the strangest feeling too, because my throat feels like I've just yelled, which I have not. Like there's not really any phlegm or anything like that, but it just feels very much like, I don't know. I'm just going to take it as an expansion, allow my body to do what it needs to do. And thankfully I have a good support system so that I can repair and rest and things of that nature. I also found like I've been wanting a humidifier because almost every winter here I do get like that sore throat in the morning just because it's so dry, and sometimes like the icky like kind of snot thing going on. And this year I was like, I'm not going to get it. And in fact, last year I don't think that I got it. But usually what I'm trying to get at is that we have a humidifier. But you know, those things are so hard to clean and they get moldy. And I was looking at some and I was like, I'm just not going to get one this year. I'll just take a shower before bed or boil some water, or, you know, just try to do little easy things. But then when I was at Fry's yesterday, just picking up a couple things for Ollie, they actually had this portable one, which I'm sure it doesn't last very long. But you literally just get this cotton swab thing wet, and then you can put it in any bottle of water that you want. And it actually works better without distilled water, which is interesting because like I have a water distiller, so I don't have a problem with that. But it actually has this whole thing that it goes through for you saying, you know, this kind of water will do this kind of water will do this. And like the best kind of water was either to use tap or mineral water. So I just pulled some water from my Berkey, put it in there, and voila. Little, hello, good morning. You're probably friends with my son by the sound of your name. Hi. I'll tell him you said hi. Okay, so pulling 3 cards for the energy of the day. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the first energy first. Oh, cool. You're from India? Right on. Nice to see you. I'm in the United States of America in Arizona. And so I let you guys see the card first so that you can feel what it means for you first. And then I'll take a look at it and see what I get from it. Again, I do everything intuitively in the energy of the moment. So if you resonate with the actual card meaning, feel free to take that, the tarot meaning. This is the Aleister Crowley Thoth deck. And the reverse, I would say, is most likely an activation. Let's take a look. Okay, so it's just telling you, it's telling you this is an upside down 5 of discs. So that would be kind of like the 5 of pentacles or the 5 of coins. So we're working with tangible physical earth. And 5 suggests a change is underway. The fact that it is upside down, and thank you for saying that. It's a tarot card. I'm doing a energetic reading for the day. So basically the energy that I feel from this card is maybe some version of yourself, or maybe something in your lineage has this kind of like aura around you that suggests that if you worry about something, then it will be okay. Well, I'm here to tell you that in my experience, worrying is focusing on something that you don't want to grow. Because the way that I interpret energy and things of this nature is that what you focus on grows. That's why it's called pay attention. So whatever you're going through right now, do everything in your power to visualize the outcome that you're looking for. Practice feeling good.
Oh, it's 9:45 at
night. It's I don't even, oh, it's 9:13 in the morning here. But so basically, like that song by Bob Marley, don't worry about a thing. And I feel also that whatever the changes are, like we're in the middle. It's kind of like we already mixed the ingredients in the cake and the cake is baking. Or we're in the chrysalis. You can think of it like that too. But whatever changes are underway in our personal lives and on what we're going to see on the outside, and of course in the collective, it's already underway. You don't need to worry. Just focus on feeling good, staying in a heart-centered space. The second card will be from this deck. If you're familiar with the Prism of Lyra, the lady who channeled this deck is the co-author of the book, The Prism of Lyra. So I feel like we've all been setting goals for ourselves. We've all been working on things in our personal, professional life, things that we want to change, maybe about the way that we look or how we take care of ourselves or the routines that we keep for ourselves. Yes, I am. It's harder to find on Instagram. You can go to Ko-Fi, K-O-F-I, and find the same information here, but I don't post a whole lot on Instagram anymore, but I believe my handle is perception_destiny. It might be in my bio of YouTube. I just really wanted to move completely over to YouTube and focus all my energy on YouTube. But yeah, I believe it's perception_destiny. Yeah. But if you want to look at all of my services that I offer, and I also keep like posting on it in my Ko-Fi page, so K-O-F-I Rocket Science Wellness. All right, so we're gonna pull this next card. But yeah, so we all have goals that we're trying to work towards. Whatever that goal is for you, this card to me is saying it's in process, don't worry. And the other thing I would encourage against is trying to do too many things to try to force it. So like if it was a job interview and you're waiting to hear back, if you sent a kind email once, that's sufficient. You don't need to keep calling or sending emails. Just be patient. Maybe do something to take your mind off of it. All right, here's our second card. I'll let everyone look at that first, and then I'll tell you what I see, if you can even see it.
And so this one.
Okay, this is another one. So this is a 3. So whenever I think of 3, I think of quantum coherence. So if you have a triangle, one corner on the bottom is going to represent the other corner on the triangle will represent the negative polarity, and the tippy top, I'm trying to get my headphones, and the tippy top part of the triangle is the point of coherence, where the positive polarity and the negative polarity exist together as a paradox as one. And I know that sounds very confusing, but it's basically like you can sit in a room and have 2 people arguing and not take sides. That's kind of a good way of explaining it, but it's this point of relaxation. It's this point of knowing that everything is happening for you. And it's this point of almost saying, I don't care what happens. And not from like a, I don't care, like, but more of like a transcendent space where Everything is beautiful and perfect just the way it is. And this is saying that all these growing pains that we've been going through and all of this fear mongering and all this stuff that we see on a daily basis outside of us that just doesn't even make sense. Sorry, something just popped up. Q&A sticker. How did you find this stream? Maybe next time. But so anyways, a 3 would suggest quantum coherence, and it's upside down, and it also says it's the past. It's survival fear. And I mean, that is a real kind of like, I don't want to say, it's a real perspective out there. You know, like, oh, be afraid of this, be afraid of that, be afraid of this. Being afraid and worrying, that says worry, are kind of the same thing. And it's almost like praying for the outcome that you don't want. And I'm not necessarily saying you ignore the things that need your attention, but I am saying you don't let them come over you, like health anxiety. If we get sick and then we get fear-mongered, thinking, you know, because it's notorious that you go on the internet and everything you look up is suggesting something awful and horrible is happening just because of one little ailment that you decided to go online and look up. You're being called to step into your sovereignty, which is another thing I would say about the quantum coherence field. You're in your sovereign field. So when you're in your sovereign field, you realize that nothing is happening to you, everything is happening for you. And so if you get some type of an ailment or you get sick or there's something going on with your body that you're not familiar with and it's never happened before, you can take the advice of everyone outside of you, but stay centered, stay grounded, know that your body is working for you. And there's all kinds of different documented evidence out there that when someone has something like a virus, that's actually like the end stage of what is happening. Like, I would say it makes sense to compare it to this. It's like your body is kicking out the stuff that doesn't belong, and the virus is actually the shedding part of it. And a lot of times we want to go to the doctor because we want to feel better. And of course, we all want to feel better. But really, the best thing to do when you're not feeling like yourself or when you're feeling sick is to commune with yourself, go into a deep meditation with yourself, center yourself, and ask yourself, what do I need? And of course, this isn't medical advice by any means. Each one of you knows what's best for you. And I'm not trying to get you to see a different way. I'm simply proposing the way that I see things from my consciousness. And of course, everyone who watches me, I always encourage to use your discernment. And when things resonate, they resonate. And when they don't, you throw them in the energetic garbage. That's what I say. Because not every message is always meant for you. But when it comes to getting sick, and then you add health anxiety on top of that, that's something I went through for years until I really started understanding that my whole body wellness wasn't just about taking medicine. It was about resting. It was about saying no to people, places, and opportunities that were going to siphon my energy, which once you get to know your energy more, you know exactly what that feels like. But it was also using frequencies to heal. So again, I've been talking about this for the last week, and no, I do not endorse them or I don't get sponsored by them or anything, but Spooky 2, just like it sounds, SPOOKY 2, and I believe I think it's the XM generator is the most affordable one. It's a really good place to start, and they have a really good, like, you have to be patient because it does have a learning curve. It's not something that you just plug in and push a button. You have to actually do some research. They do have like chats and stuff like this, and they also have forums. And they have they used to have a really good Facebook page, so if anybody had questions, they could go there. But anyways, frequency healing. So that can mean the Rife machine, RIFE. That can mean working with your stuck emotions, working with subconscious beliefs, working with, are these my thoughts, or are these the collectives, or are these the thoughts that entered my brain when I was younger from some person, place, or situation? And yeah, so here's our third card. Again, it's upside down. So we had 3 upside down cards for today. So again, that also suggests to me very strongly that we are in process. We are in the chrysalis. And today might feel like rock bottom, right? But what do we know about rock bottom when we're alchemists? We can transmute anything. That's where your free will and sovereignty comes in. All right, so we have upside down female relationships, and this is also a 3. So this could mean a lot of things for a lot of different people. But if you're a female, this could very well mean you're out of touch with yourself. Let me think about this one for a minute. And I'm going to show you guys the card face up. See if you can think of anything. And I sure hope you can see it because I don't know how to. Okay, so it says female relationships. And it's upside down. So I'm going to take this card in a different direction, and I'm going to suggest that for right now, I feel that the meaning is all about taking care of yourself and nourishing yourself, because that is the feminine medicine. If we think about the feminine archetype, we think about the moon. Maybe we think about the water signs in the zodiac, especially Cancer, because Cancer rules the fourth house of home and family. I'm just kind of rattling off a bunch of things here because, to be honest with you, this card could mean so many different things. Maybe there is a particular female energy in your life, and that doesn't actually have to be a person who is a female. It could be someone who just has a lot of very sensitive, like watery emotional energy, someone who's very in tune with their feelings. So it could suggest that maybe you're being called to get in touch with your emotions. It could suggest that maybe there is a feminine aspect of your life that is breaking away. Maybe you have like someone in your life who is very sick, who is feminine, and you're being asked to connect with them on a different level. Maybe you've had an argument with someone, a mom, a daughter, a friend, again, or some type of person that has a lot of feminine energy. And this is saying it's okay to be misunderstood, because yesterday was the big day of misunderstandings, of jumping to conclusions. So maybe something even happened as soon as yesterday. It's okay to be misunderstood. Doesn't mean the other person is right and you're wrong. But when we're clinging to this thought of you're right and I'm wrong, or there, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me. We're also living in the ego, which is a whole nother thing. But it's okay, because we all have to visit there, because otherwise we wouldn't be in this physical form, which again is another concept for the other day. Sorry, I'm not trying to go off on too many tangents. I'm really not used to not having my voice. But it could really just mean get in touch with your feminine side. And what is another thing? It's like I want to say that in this case it has a lot to do with forgiveness. So maybe you've been holding a grudge and not even realizing it. You know, this is going to sound nuts, but a lot of times when you get a UTI, it could be because you're very mad at someone that has strong feminine energy. So anyways, I am going to go rest. I may very well come on in a few minutes and do the astrology. I want to try to get it to be shorter, but for right now when I'm practicing, it's longer, and I don't know if I can talk for a whole hour. Well, anyways, I'm sending everyone so much love, and yeah, I will start posting, I guess, my Instagram underneath so that you guys can find me on Instagram. And then I do have, I pretty much post lots of things every single day from my YouTube. So YouTube is really where it starts, guys. This is where I come first. And then secondarily, I will post my snapshots from my astrology and my energy and the card readings of the day to my Ko-Fi page. And my Ko-Fi page has all of my services on there. If there's a particular type of service that you would like to work with that isn't listed, there is a connection to email me on there as well. And my email is pretty easy. It's just like my company name, rocketsciencewellness@gmail.com. Basically, I worked as a pharmacist for 12 years, and I decided that it wasn't enough for me to understand that physical, tangible medicine helps, right? Because I had seen a lot of people and animals just consuming Band-Aid after Band-Aid after Band-Aid, which just made them have, because each pharmaceutical medication that you take is going to have a myriad of side effects. And then each one of these side effects might ask that doctor or whomever to give you more medications according to the algorithm. And then each one of those medications is also going to have its side effects, and so on and so forth. So this pop-up is making me laugh. So I decided, why don't I work with my emotions and my thoughts in conjunction with the Rife frequency therapy to get my body to homeostasis, to get my body to balance. And it just kind of took off from there. So I really encourage everyone who is interested in expanding their consciousness to think about the concept that I explain in terms of, are you in control of your energy? Are you in control of your gravitational rotation? Are you a dwarf planet or a planet? The difference between, in scientific terms, astrology and astronomy terms, I guess I should say, between a planet and a dwarf planet is a dwarf planet has garbage in its debris, and it doesn't have control over its gravitational rotation. It doesn't have control. I don't know what that is, but it doesn't have control over what comes in and out, not of its actual energy, but what kind of comes in and out of, I guess, what it's taking into consideration, if that makes sense. So, and I talk about this in terms of, when you are a planet, you are sovereign. And you know that everything presents outside of you for your consideration. And the extent to which you pay attention to it is actually giving information to whether or not you want that person, place, or situation outside of you to grow. And so some people who are working on expanding their consciousness, healing, ascension, however you want to call it, quantum homeostasis, I would say that those are all pretty much the same thing, just described differently, because everybody, just like everyone speaks different languages, we all have a different way of assimilating and understanding information. If you are constantly attracting things to you that you feel do not resonate, then most likely you are a dwarf planet, and you have energetic debris in your field, which needs to be removed out by you with your sovereign free will consent. And this looks like things like subconscious recoding, which I have meditation visualizations that do just that. And there's a myriad of different ways that you can do this as well. Going in and making sure your thoughts are your own and not the collectives and not people around you. Getting rid of limited self-beliefs that could have come from any time in your life. Usually, and then also stuck emotions. And usually the limited self-beliefs and the stuck emotions happen in those times and places and spaces where something happens that's shocking and we don't know how to process it. Or maybe, like when it comes to emotions, we don't want to process it because it's inconvenient. So, and I can talk more at length on that at another time. I did really just want to keep my promise to myself and everyone that I would come on here every single day, but I feel like my voice is ready to rest. And I hope you guys have a wonderful Wednesday. Tomorrow is Thursday, Jupiter Day. I go to the coffee shop locally here every Thursday to do my card readings and my mini astrology snippets, but I will try to do a quick reading tomorrow as well. Take care of you guys. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And remember, it's okay to give everybody around you, including yourself, grace. It's okay to take care of yourself. Think of that analogy where you have 2 cups of water pouring into each other. And that's the vision that I see for the world, is that we're all helping each other. Okay. And not one single thing that you do that helps one single person, it makes a difference. So remember that. Have a good day, you guys. Thank you for coming and seeing me. Bye.